It's a little bit of behind the scenes, but we going live right now.
We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. The volume.
Hear the drummer get wicked. Here we go again.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's happening, bro?
You're
What's going on your way, man? You got the Ace hat on, man. You going R&B today?
I'm sad, bro.
What's good?
The boy Neil Young stuff got pulled off of Spotify, bro.
Neil Young got pulled from Spotify. Why?
Because he said he told Spotify it's either gonna be him or Joe Rogan.
Ooh, now wait a minute. What does he got against Joe? Look. Let's get the music going right now. We got some things to talk about, apparently. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you smell what the
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
try Jesus, not me, 'cause I throw hands. Try Jesus, please don't try me, because I'm fine.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What's going on?
If you haven't, first of all, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook. We are live on both platforms every Tuesday and Friday, 7 o'clock EST, 6 o'clock CST.
Yeah.
And I'm listen, my mind is all over the place right now. So I couldn't tell you if you're in California what that is, or if you're in Europe, who we occasionally have somebody pop in the comments.
They can do the math. You just tell them where we at.
Do the math. Ace Kennedy.
Yeah.
Before that beautiful introductory music, you mentioned Neil Young said, "Listen, pull my music."
It's
Or
either
Seth
me or Joe Rogan.
It's Joe Rogan. I'm thinking Seth Rogen. What is his deal? What is his gripe against Joe Rogan?
So he basically said, look, if y'all gonna let this boy Joe Rogan be on here talking to these medical people, spewing all these falsities, then you either pull me or you pull him. And who you think Spotify chose?
Well, they just gave Joe Rogan a big, probably the biggest podcast deal of all time.
Let me ask you this. Name one Neil Young song.
Okay. So Neil Young is so much older. Hold on. Maybe I'm thinking. Let me just think. I gotta pull him up now. I gotta pull him up.
That's the whole point.
That's
the whole point.
Why am I'm thinking Neil? You know who I'm thinking, bro?
Neil Diamond.
I'm thinking Neil Diamond, bro.
Yeah,
I am thinking. I
that's
was like,
the
wait a minute
whole
now.
point.
If he pulled Neil Diamond, I might think that he's valid here.
No, I said Neil Young. That's the whole point. You can't even name a song from Neil Young.
Nah, I'm not familiar with this young man's catalog here.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one less person you got to listen to on Spotify because he gone.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that the one thing that is interesting is that I think that Joe Rogan does give you an alternative point of view. And because of his level of platform, he's able to give you different perspectives of information, right? We talk about it.
And he can fight the machine because he's went head to head with CNN several times.
Yes. So I think that the one thing that is interesting about him is that, to me, Joe Rogan can't be canceled, right? He's to me like a comedian, like a Dave
Like a Dave
Chappelle,
Chappelle, yeah.
and you can't cancel that. But on top of that, though, it's like I think that he at least uses his platform in an attempt to challenge what's presented out there on the regular news networks, even if it means that I am going to present somebody who can tell you something either additional or something that the mainstream media isn't saying. So
Well, see, the thing is that he's not podcasting, he's having conversations.
true.
That's the thing. And the other thing too is that he's not afraid to say, "Hey, I was wrong. I'm just having conversations with people that you may not typically listen to. And so we're having a conversation. If they right, they right. If they wrong, they wrong. I'm gonna tell them whatever." Now, Neil Young is getting pulled off of Spotify, but around midnight, somebody's being added to Spotify. Brittany Rowe and her new single.
Wait a minute. Listen, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. So shout out to Brittany Rowe, because I'm always happy, right? I'm always happy when I see one of us, and by one of us, I mean FTMG affiliates put out new music. What I mainly appreciate the most about it is that I get a chance to see the back end, right? What it looks like before, what the final product looks like, and everything like that. Here's one of the things that I thought that I thought a couple of things when I listened. I was just listening to the song. I listened to What I Sent You, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even know if Brittany Rowe even know how much this is.
No, she don't know.
Okay. So I'm gonna say it now since she on. But listen, so when you sent me the initial mix, first thing I always tell you every time that I can appreciate about your ear is the clarity, right? I think that I'm always blown away because I still am not capable of. I'm still not capable of having that level, right, of clarity. Not that mine isn't clear, but your levels, right, your arrangement, top notch. But one of the things that I was tripped out on when I listened to the Brittany Rowe, I was just like, yo, you know what? I said, yo, this whole process of seeing her stuff go from, hey, here are the vocals. Here's what you did to it. Here's what you let me listen to. This was my feedback. These were your tweaks to it. Boom, it's final and everything like that. I said, you know what? I'm never going to. It's the reason why I don't listen to a lot of new music, right? Mm-hmm. Like I sat there and thought about that, right? So here's what's funny. I listened to her stuff, and and this was funny. When I immediately listened to it it was maybe last night. Mm-hmm. Maybe last night. So when I listened to hers last night, I low-key was thinking like, damn, you know what, man? Let me jump up in the booth right quick, though. So I go ahead after listening to her, because I was just sitting here thinking like, okay, you know what? Now my mixes would sound differently to a lot of the songs that I had previously recorded and everything like that. But I was just like, okay, you know what? I had ideas. Like when I heard Britney's songs, it immediately gave me ideas. It gave me the vibe. And I was like, you know what? What I love though is that I'm sure that she wanted to give a certain vibe. So for me, it was mission accomplished, because I went in artist mode when I listened to the finished product a couple times, though, man. But just going through and just listening to the vibe, I automatically got in artist mode, though, bro. It was cold, though, bro.
What I thought was dope is because obviously I was there from beginning to end when we recorded the song, and then mixing it and even sliding my vocals on the bottom of some things, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. let me tell you what I think. Let me tell you what I wasn't quite ready for.
What was that?
This is one of those things that I don't know how I'm sure you feel kind of the same way, and I don't know how okay. I'm gonna say it like this, Ace. Brittany Rowe is almost exactly why I'm so glad that I never grew up with sisters. And Brittany Rowe is the reason why I'm glad that I don't have a daughter living with me, right? I this is what's crazy, right? Because I see Charlie May, You know, that's my God. All of your kids, I'm uncles to all your kids, right? But Charlie May, I'm godfather and uncle, right?
Yeah.
And I guess all of them probably could say the same thing. They should be able to say the same thing, right? But the one thing I've not had to do, bro, is watch some young girl grow and then start to have these grown-up conversations and content. So when I'm listening to the Brittany Rowe, the first time I listened to the Brittany Rowe, I was just like, you know how they say, oh, I'm clutching my pearls? If I had pearls, I would be clutching my pearls because I'm listening. When I first heard Brittany Rowe start out, I was like,
You had to turn around and look.
Hey, Brittany Rowe, is this what we doing out here, Brittany Rowe?
The girl bringing the grown and sexy.
Listen, so and that's when I'm talking about. I literally, bro, was completely shocked, and then that's when I was just like, was not exactly love it. It's. I told you before, I like the progression. The musicianship behind all of her songs. So of course, this one is probably my favorite song.
Oh, it's absolutely my favorite. Yeah, this
even more than the ones that usually I'm biased toward the tracks that I produce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this one is my favorite one.
Yeah, and it has so much potential for like remixes and other stuff. Like, yeah, super dope.
I was close to writing a verse. I was gonna
go ahead.
Listen, I was gonna pull old dude off and throw that Charlie on there though, man. But I was like, yo, it's fire though, man. I'm not gonna even hold you, bro. It's pretty fire,
it's dope,
though, man. Yeah,
it's dope.
I can't wait to see it though, man. I can't wait for her for it to officially drop, because I know how it is when you have more anticipation of it dropping than maybe even people who are awaiting the album, though. It's just, let me get this on out of there. So
yeah.
I went in artist mode. I immediately said, yo, I was sitting here thinking in my head, like, I got these songs that I think would be fire for Brittany. I got these songs that I would love to have her jump. Like, I went in artist mode, and then officially it more went fan mode on that one though, man. So yeah. Man. Yeah,
well, hey, give it to me, bro. Best thing you seen this week.
Oh, okay. So of course, because I got because I went straight in artist mode because of the homegirl Brittany Rowe, right? Two things there for my best I've seen this week. So I went in and immediately jumped in the booth, recorded some stuff, and listen, I had that musician's high, right? That you can only get when you hear yourself sounding clean. Like when you have when you have that mix and it's wet and you hear yourself and you make the stink face on your own stuff, right? I immediately did that. So I went and recorded one song, went and retouched up a mix that probably like immediately after the pod, I'm gonna go ahead and re-record something. So that was probably I've here lately, probably over the last little while, I've written a lot of stuff for myself, but I haven't really recorded a lot of stuff for myself. So I think that I went complete artist mode. And then of course, since shout out to my dude Courtney jumping on here as well, right? Because this is a segue into the other thing. So because Court also, he's my guy, he's my version of Brown. He's gonna be my videographer for a lot of this. So I immediately had a lot of ideas for stuff though, man, and went artist mode. The other thing that I have though, bro, so we had a couple of games. We are in the final weeks here of my son's rec basketball league, right? So we had a game, man, and let me tell you what was dope about this. We had a game earlier this week. Now our record isn't the greatest record, but we've had some highs, really high highs, really low lows in the middle of the games, right? And even in the season overall. So we go out, we play this game on Monday, and we're up by 10 points, and we're beating a team that has a better record than us. They're probably overall a little bit better. They probably had bigger kids than us. And I have to really take a step back because I have to remind myself that Landon is just in 6th grade, and a lot of the other kids are in 7th grade, right? So I'm watching them, and we play against this team. We're up by 10 points, end up losing the game by 7 points, right? So I was like super mad because, I was like, we had this opportunity to really bounce back in our season, and then we wound up losing the game though, man, by 7. So after the game, they're like, oh, how many points I score, how many points we score, whatever. So I was like, so I was like, well, listen, it don't matter how many points you scored individually, because at the end of the day, we was up by 10 points and lost by 7. That's a 17-point turnaround. I was jumping on my boys. So the next day we play against this team though, bro. And this is crazy because it was total team effort. Now this game had so much stuff going on in it, right? So we had this for starters, right? I'm always curious. Everybody on the team has these little development areas that we need to really have them focus on and work on and everything like that. So we have this wild game where we're playing against a team where I think that they're probably equal to us. Now they haven't won a game, but we've only won maybe like one game at that point. I've won a game, as a matter of fact. So what was crazy about it though, bro, is that we sit here and we play against this team. They're basically our equals, right? And so my boys just jumped on these boys though, man, and everybody plays good. It was total team effort. Now the thing that was the highlight of this, right? 2 things happened. One of my dudes come to the game and he has Crocs, and I'm thinking like, bro, where your shoes at? He said, yeah, my mama getting them. And I was like, well, where you mean your mama getting them? He said, yeah, she had to go back home to get my get my shoes, my game shoes. I was like, bro, how you a hooper and you come without the shoes? I said, listen, bro, if your mama ain't here by the time we sub in, because I gotta sub you in, you gonna have to play, bro. That's it. You here. So you can either play in your Crocs or you playing in my shoes, right? That's the bottom line. So his mama wasn't there. So I sent him out on the court in my shoes. So I'm standing here on the sideline in my socks. He's out here flopping. He wears like an 8, I wear 11. So he's out here. Everybody comes in the crowd. Everybody in the crowd looking like, what in the hell is going on here? So my dude is out there in the game trying to do his thing. That was hilarious. But the thing that got it the most, and I'm gonna end it here. I had one of my dudes. He's the smallest person on the team. He might be the smallest person in the entire league, though, man. Comes out, man, and just had that dog in him that day. I'm like, I don't know where this dog been all season long, but somehow he's guarding somebody and he gets caught up in a pick or a switch on the other team's best player, right? And he is all up in him, sliding his feet, cutting him on off. And this dude is bigger than him, like a foot taller than him easy. And I've seen this boy score about 12 points on another team, right? And my dude comes in, shutting him down. I mean, he is all up in this dude, couldn't breathe. I said, you know what, bro? You guarding him the whole day long, though, bro. Because as long as you got him, the other guys, they ain't got a chance, though. He is literally, this dude scored no points when he was guarding him the entire game. He was our MVP of the game, though, bro. It was dope. So that's a long story, but that was the best things that I've seen this week, though, man. My boys got that dub. And shout out to my brother Courtney, though, man. He was out there doing it. It's hilarious watching these dudes, watching kids and watching their growth and, things that they pay attention to, trying to understand their perspective of what you're trying to tell them, though, man. And I know that with both of us having kids that are on the team, it's always rough when you know what your kid is capable of and then seeing them not reach that because of different reasons, though. So we probably are on our kids way harder than the other ones, though, man. But they go through it, though. That was it. What you got, bro? I was long. What you got, man?
So for me, it's pretty simple. 2 things that I have is, for one, I watched AEW this week, and that Sammy Guevara versus Cody Rhodes match was off the chain. It was a ladder match, and they did, bro. It's the best RKO I have ever seen in my life, and it wasn't by Randy Orton.
No.
Yeah. That boy said so. I had to set it up. So Cody's on the big ladder in the center of the ring, and there's another ladder like kind of on the side. So Sammy's climbing up this ladder, and he sees Cody getting close. So he pops up on the ladder, jumps, grabs Cody, and does an RKO off of that ladder, bro. It was crazy, crazy dope. And of course, you know, they don't call it RKO, they just call it a cutter, but it was RKO. Yeah, Randy would have been proud. But the other thing is the Book of Boba Fett, chapter 5.
Listen. Wait a minute.
Yo, I tried to tell you that thing was dope, bro. I didn't want to spoil nothing for you.
Oh my God. It was, listen, it was so good, dude. Like,
it was crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna let you go in on it first.
I mean, just a couple of things. Like, listen, if you haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett, chapter 5, and you don't want to know spoilers, you might want to come back in about a minute or so. So you have been warned. Here are the spoilers.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Put the clock on.
3, 2, and 1. Spoilers now. So first of all, bro, he came out with the Darksaber slicing people up. We ain't never seen nobody get sliced up like that with a saber. And then he almost cut his own leg off, which the thing is that it's true to true Star Wars stuff, because and I ain't finna go super nerdy, but in Rebels, Sabine had the Darksaber, and it was heavy for her too. So they kept it all true. But they had a bunch of stuff from like the Naboo, that like the new ship he got. They had the little BD droid, the little box head droid, that's from a video game. So that's the first time anybody's ever seen him in live action.
I didn't know that part.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Super dope episode. The best Boba Fett episode, but it was a Mandalorian episode. That's what was crazy. That boy Mando cold, bro.
Let me tell you this. Okay, so this is the one thing I thought was dope, right? What I thought was dope about it is, for starters, it's weird because I know that they're done by the same director, right?
Well,
but the feel of it just feels different from the character of Boba Fett versus Mando. And Mando doesn't talk as much as Boba does. And I just, for some reason, I find him way more engaging than I do with Boba by saying less. It makes him more mysterious, I guess. But I think the one thing that was dope, two things I didn't appreciate is that, well, the things I think that I did appreciate is the explanation that it gets heavier. The sword gets heavier when you ain't controlling it, which I was blown away how the boy, you probably what's your name? Moff Gideon? Moff Gideon was just swinging it. Boom, 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 boom. He was cool with it, right? And so when I'm looking at that, I was like, all right, though, he got that mind control over it, though, man. So I thought that was fire, though, bro. And I thought that it was interesting. I thought how he won the challenge with one of his fellow Mandalorians and then gets kicked out of the squad, and it's only 3 of them left. So I was like,
well,
what
see,
is that
the thing is that the dude who fought him, his kinfolk is the one that built that saber. Yeah. And them boys was going at Brittany Rowe. We deep with the Star Wars.
Oh man,
look at my ring right here. That's the Vader ring right there. Like we deep with it. We deep with it.
But that would be like that to me. That would be like, yeah, Charlie. You know what, bro? I'm gonna go ahead and that's just like saying, yeah, you know what, Charlie? I'm gonna fight you for the rights of all your music equipment and the right for you to say that you from Marlboro. So when I whoop your tail, then I can say I'm from Long Branch and I'm claiming Marlboro for him. And then you lose, and then everybody's looking around like, all right, well, dang, that didn't go so well. Like, I thought that was crazy though, bro. But yeah, I loved everything about it.
Well, they're building a universe. You know what I'm saying? Because Ahsoka, Mando, and Boba Fett, all of it's in the same universe. So
now you know what I like. What I learned to like even more was the little mechanic lady.
Amy Sedaris, that's her real name. I don't know what her Star Wars name is.
Yeah, I loved her all. Like I said, I loved everything, but was completely surprised because I had to go back and stop it to say, damn, did I just am I pre-watching a Mando episode that I didn't see? And when it came and said that Boba, I said, yo, mind completely blown.
Well, see, they told us, so coming out of the last episode, she was like, listen, we need some muscle, I know somebody that'll do it. They played the
Facts.
Mandalorian music, so they
I
told.
didn't pay attention to the Mando music, bro.
Yeah. That boy played
Yeah.
that flute.
Yeah. And listen, Brittany Rose. So we big on Star Wars. I'm not nearly as big, right? I appreciate. I'm like on the surface level. If the surface is here, I'm like right there. And then y'all boys on the Marauders is way so below the surface that they be on. It's next level though, man. But
That's definitely that episode gave me life, bro. I feel like I just got done playing with toys, bro.
Yeah, I was hyped though, bro. I'm not gonna even hold you. But when he was slicing stuff in half in there, I was like,
look, they even showed him cut that dude's head off at the end, right?
Yeah.
They like in the background, you seen him slice the dude's head off, and he was like, "Listen, bro. So listen, I'm about to roll out. I got y'all boy head up in here. Y'all can get all them credits in there, but I'm gonna roll out." And them boys went in there and got it, and he dipped out.
Listen, when he was trying to, because you think about it, right? From a very casual perspective, like me, right? If you're watching it, you think, oh, it's just you see when the light isn't on, oh, it's just like this little thing that he can go ahead and do. But when the light comes on, and you see how heavy it is, so when he cut that little beef or meat or whatever that was in half. I was like, yo,
bro, he was slicing people. He stabbed that dude in the chest, bro. But so now, from a cinematographer standpoint, right? There was a scene that Bryce Dallas Howard shot this, which is Ron Howard's daughter.
Impressive.
Yeah. So she had a scene, one of the first scenes that was ever shot, nonstop cut shot for 2 minutes. Remember, if you go back and watch it. When he walks onto the elevator with the alien, the elevator goes up. He walks out of the elevator, goes into the party, has the conversation with them at the party, drops the head down, and goes back on the elevator. That whole shot wasn't cut the entire
one stop, one shot,
one cut. That was so dope, bro. Listen. And you have to think about that, because that either means that was a practical stage, or they was cold with the green screen to get that jump while he was over there on the elevator. They had one scene, and he goes upstairs, comes back down. They had another scene in the background. So that,
listen, as cold as that is, right? It's still not colder than that scene from Wheel of Time that I've been trying to get you to watch.
I'm gonna watch it, bro. I'm gonna watch it. But look, last thing though, that scene with them doing that whole thing is what happened to me at Star Wars in Disney, where we got on a ship. And then they opened the doors and we was in a completely different spot. Still couldn't figure this out to this day. Only thing I can think, the ship had to spin or something. Bro, I can't figure it out. We was outside, went in this ship. The doors closed. It opened back up like we was infiltrated. And then it was a completely different scene. It's by far, it was crazy, bro. What an experience. Yeah.
No, man.
But anyway, trade rumors is heating up, bro.
Listen, trade rumors hit up. Listen, I told you before that I thought that the Lakers were gonna trade Russ before by the All-Star break. And what's interesting is that they've been apparently trying, and they must have been listening to the pod, because I immediately saw them suggesting Russ for John Wall, right? And what's crazy about it is that I think that the Lakers would do it, and I think that Houston would also be open to do it as well. What actually is causing this trade to not happen is that the Rockets are asking the Lakers to include a first-round draft pick in this as well, because but it's like, why would you think about it though, right? So John Wall makes about $49 million. Russ makes about 40-something million or whatever, and the next year goes up to 40-something million. But generally speaking, the salaries are comparable, right? $5 million or whatever. There's a difference. So if you're saying if the salaries are going, why wouldn't you just do a heads up? Considering that John Wall basically has, I believe, but I think him and Russ basically have player options. So they have very similar contracts. So the Lakers is like, if you got a guy who's just sitting and he's not playing, at least our guy is playing. So why would I even include, if we're going to do swap straight up for straight up, why would I have to include anybody? So that was the thing that actually had them
Right.
hung up on the Rockets though,
The
bro. But do
Rockets
you-
are saying, look, y'all trying to get rid of him for a reason. So, and there's nobody else that's willing to take him. So,
well, if you're the Rockets, aren't you basically doing the same thing with John Wall? You got him sitting.
no, I understand. I understand the conversation. I'm just saying that was their response. It's like y'all got a guy that y'all trying to get rid of. So, and it ain't like y'all getting your door beat down for him. The other thing is they were talking about the Thunder could actually get him because of the luxury tax or whatever. That's not gonna happen, but they were just throwing that out there as well. But yeah, they're not gonna.
I wouldn't be
trade Russ.
mad. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I wouldn't be mad if Russ came back to OKC.
I don't think anybody would be.
I'm thinking about that. I think the only issue with that is that if you got a young team, right? I think the one thing that it does is it kind of robs those players of minutes, right? Because Russ is going to have to play, right? So I think that any minute Russ is on the floor is preventing the young players to actually get those same minutes. So that's the only thing that I see as a potential issue.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at what Chris Paul did when he was here. It would be kind of the same thing, though.
Well, so it was different because Chris and Shea Alexander-Gilchrist played in the same lineup, though. Is Russ going to play in the same lineup?
Absolutely. They're not. They would not put Shea. Most teams are doing the double point guard things. That's what the Phoenix Suns is doing right now. That's what.
Who does Phoenix put out there?
Huh?
Who does Phoenix put out there?
Booker and
Book's
and
shooting
Chris.
guard. Book's
Huh?
a two guard. Book's a two guard.
So what was Book playing when Chris wasn't there? Who was the point guard?
Somebody else was. They had somebody else running point. Yeah, he wasn't the PG then.
I'm just saying it's not uncommon to see 2 point guards out there, especially in Oklahoma. Do it all the time because
I can see that when they have Cameron Payne playing sometimes with Chris Paul at that same one. Yeah.
Well, Shea and Giddey be out there all the time together.
I think it helps that Giddey is as tall as he is, though, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So I mean, all I'm saying, I still don't think they're gonna trade him. Yes, the conversations have been happening, but Russ ain't going nowhere, bro. And then this is what's crazy, right? Soon as they get Anthony Davis back, they ball out, and then right after that, LeBron's hurt, and then now AD and LeBron is hurt.
AD, listen, bro. AD comes into the game, and I'm talking about, listen, this boy is made of paper mache, bro, because I'm talking about he goes out there, and it's like he falls down, and it was a, and I look at him, and I'm thinking like, bro, like he is and I hate to say that about, because it's not like he's going out there purposely trying to get injured.
No, he's just so big.
Yeah, but my thing is that, bro, like, how is it that, like, okay, here's the thing. I would think that it would be easier for Russ to stay injured because of how he plays, right?
Yeah.
He goes all out on mainly offense, right? But he's full pace. So, and then he drives to the hole as hard as he can. I don't see AD with that kind of effort. So I'm thinking like, well, how is it that you're in a position to get hurt all the time then, bro?
He brittle, bro. He need to drink milk, like something, bro.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. Some milk. Yeah. Bro, it's just like his wrist is hurt right now. So him and LeBron is out. So it's gonna be Russ by himself. Russ and Melo, I guess.
I just not listen to the thing. The one thing that I just with AD that just makes me mad. The thing that makes me mad is when when they describe him nowadays, when they say, oh yeah, he's a top 10 talent, top 5 talent. So I don't know, bro. Like, don't get me started on AD, bro. It's his fault, man. I'm gonna say that it's his fault, bro. Russ as well, but it's more his fault.
No, listen. I'm glad Draymond said what he said on his podcast. Draymond basically said, like, look, they trying to put it all on Russ. It ain't Russ's fault that they losing all these games. Like, what the question I always ask people: if Russ wasn't on that team, you still think they would be losing as many games?
Here's what I think, and this will be my answer to that. Where I think that Russ contributes to that, right, is the fact that Russ leads the league easily in turnovers. Not even close, right?
I understand
But
that. But he
here's
is
the
not.
thing he's not. He is not the sole cause. But what is interesting though, right? This is when you talk about how the numbers look. Did you know that Russ is shooting a better field goal percentage than Steph Curry?
Didn't know that.
Right? So you wouldn't know that based off of what's actually
His
being put
turnovers.
out there.
Yeah.
The difference, right, is that while Steph Curry is shooting the shots that he's taking, right, the vast majority of his shots are threes. So 42% for somebody who's mainly shooting threes doesn't look as bad for one. Steph Curry doesn't have the turnovers too. But the other part about that, right, is that when Steph Curry misses, they just don't look as bad as Russ's do, bro. Like, bro, like
But that's the thing.
He's gonna make
before-
mistakes.
Before Russell even put on a Lakers uniform, they were already ready to criticize his every move. Before he put when he got announced as a Laker, they were already ready to say this ain't gonna work. So what I'm saying is he gets scrutinized for the moment he steps on the floor. And that's where it's unfair, because it's like I watch Laker games. I watch them. And I see, and I'm not saying that his turnovers aren't bad. They are, for like the time of game, you know what I'm saying, and what amounts happen, you know, like what happens when he turns the ball over. But I see just as many mistakes from everybody else on the Lakers team. I see everybody on the Lakers team not playing defense. So
let me ask you this:
that be balling is LeBron.
Okay, let me ask you this though. Okay, here's what this is gonna sound like a crazy question. Okay, but let me ask you this way. Okay, so if Steph Curry, if Russ is shooting his field goal percentage, not free throws, right? But if his field goal percentage is higher than Steph Curry's, right? While Russ has more turnovers, right? Do you think that Russ just doesn't make anybody better around him?
I don't think. I don't think that.
You don't think that Russ doesn't make people around?
I think Russ makes people better. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about something that I heard. I'm talking about something that I see with my own eyes. I watch Russ play. I watch the Lakers play. Like, Russ penetrates the ball hard. You have to focus on him, and he kicks it out. So when the other players aren't making the baskets, or if they do make the baskets, that part's not on him, right? He's getting the ball to them and pulling people towards him because he's driving hard.
Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I see that different. I think that Russ doesn't make anybody from the Lakers better. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say this. I do see those assists that you're talking about, right? But to me, I think when I think of somebody, like when I say LeBron, Chris Paul makes people better, right? And these are people who, because they're playing point guards, and LeBron is more of a point forward, playmaking person, right? Ball handler. What I see, and even LaMelo Ball to that point does this as well. I think that it's not that Russ drives and kicks it out, right? I think that Russ doesn't give them the shots that they want. They're good shots. So it reminds me almost like of how when James Harden, right? When he was in Houston and he averaged like the 10 or 12 assists a game. And I'm like, yeah, they're 12 assists, but are they if you just surround your team with just all 3-point shooters, and what kind of assist is that? Is it I'm gonna drop you this dime? Is it like what kind? And I don't think that Russ facilitates and create them good shots like I think that LeBron does. So when I say that he doesn't make them better, yeah, Russ will give them shots. I just wanted the shot quality. Now the reason why
and that's where I disagree, because here's the thing: it's not like Russ is like trying to make a play and then the shot clock's getting down and kicks it to him or whatever. That's not what is happening. Because
I I think that listen. I think that that's exactly what
No,
happens.
it's
The only
not.
difference.
No, no,
Listen. No.
Ain't gonna let you get away with that one, bro.
Listen. I think the only difference is the one difference is right is that I think that when Russ was playing with KD, that Russ did that a lot. I think that
He
now
ain't
he
doing
gives
that
him.
now, bro.
Listen, I understand what I'm saying is that I think that Russ does give it up, not where it's like, oh, 3 seconds left here, shoot it. I don't think he does that, but I'm just saying that I think that
This is why that's not true. Russ is beating everybody else down the floor. He's almost fast breaking. And so he will make a decision, either I'm going to take it or I'm going to pass it. And most of the decisions is him passing it. So that's what I'm saying. Again, I'm not talking about something that I've heard. I'm talking about something I've watched. So he's not giving it. He ain't doing the James Harden, because James Harden would do that. He would dance, try to figure out, oh, I can't shoot it. Now I'm gonna pass it to somebody and they got to shoot it. That's not what happened. That's not what's happening.
See, I think that I understand what you're saying. I guess my thing is that to me, I guess I just look at I don't know, bro. Like I think that the part about Russ being Russ, I don't think that like it's weird, man, because I do understand that he does the drive, draw, dish, right? But I think that the biggest issue is that that's on fast breaks. I think that to me, when Russ drives as hard as he does, I think that, to be quite honest with you, is that those are the points that people are willing to give him. It's weird, bro. I just think the reason why it's offensively, I see what you're saying, because he is averaging 8 assists, right? He's passing the ball. I just think that the assists themselves just aren't effective assists. That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean they're not effective assists? If
they're not effective assists, because here's my thing though, right? It's to me like, how effective are those? Like I understand that losing is a team effort, right? But I just think that when you think, okay, well, you know what? He's averaging 8 assists, 9 assists, or whatever it is, but he's also averaging 7 or 8 turnovers, right?
So no, he's averaging about 4 turnovers.
No, I think he's averaging more than 4 turnovers, bro.
Bro, he was making a lot more turnovers in the beginning.
You're gonna make me Googling. I'm gonna go to the Googling.
You can Google all you want. I'm telling you what I watched.
I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm watching as well. What I am saying though, bro, is that like it's weird, because I just don't think that all assists are created equal just because they go on the stat sheet. That's all I'm saying.
So what's your justification though of which assists are more effective? Because if you make if the points go on the board, what do you mean? Which ones count more? There's either 2 points or 3 points after the assist. That's it.
No, so what I'm saying by that is this. Now a lot of this has to do with the fact that AD doesn't play the way that AD, how I think he's capable.
Well, AD ain't been there, so that's
no. I'm talking about even when he is there. Here's what I mean by that, right? So what I'm saying by that is that, okay, so let's just say when you look at the Suns, and I'm just going to compare Chris Paul, right? So Chris Paul, right, the kinds of buckets that he will get DeAndre Ayton, he gets him in position to catch the alley-oops. Russ does that, right? But it's just a better pass with Chris Paul. I think that Chris Paul also gets him in position to be able to take advantage of the things that he does well. So he'll make sure to get him the ball on the block, right? He'll get him all the short jump shots in the paint and everything that DeAndre Ayton does well in terms of where he likes to get the ball. I think that Chris Paul will get him there.
That's also their offense, though. See, the thing is,
listen. Here's the thing. Here's what follow where I'm going with this, though, right? Follow where I'm going with that. So even with him also having another top 15, top 20 scorer, right? Chris Paul will be the primary ball handler and decision maker. And his assists that goes to Devin Booker are the kind of assists that still allow Devin Booker to be able to say, he said, oh, I'm going to give you this. It's going to make what you do, your shots you take, easier shots, right? You don't have to work hard to get the shots that you typically take. I'm going to make those easier with these assists, right? The same with Cam Johnson. He's a 3-point shooter, but I think that Chris Paul allows him to get cleaner looks at the spots that I think he wants. And that's what I'm saying. They're not all assists, like 8 assists all aren't. If you say Chris Paul
Charles.
averages 8 assists and Russ averages 8 assists, I would take the kind of assist that Chris Paul does.
Of course you would, because you like the way Chris Paul plays. You're comparing apples to oranges. Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook are not the same type of point guard. Just like Chris Paul and Dame Lillard are not the same type of point guard, because Chris Paul is a floor general first that can score, whereas Russ will score. So my thing is that that's two different. And then on top of that, the Lakers don't even have a big man that can do what Ayton can do.
It's supposed to be AD.
It's supposed to be, but he ain't been there. We going off of what's happening now, because they talk about trading Russ based upon the last games that they have been playing, which have been without AD.
Let me ask you this: would you trade AD at this point?
I would consider it. It depends on what. Like, I'm being honest. I would consider it because he's just not healthy enough. Like, bro, we brought you here to take the load off of LeBron, and you ain't done that yet. You ain't done it. You got your ring, so we don't owe you nothing else. If there was a good enough proposal, like if I'm LeBron, I would. I know people gonna not agree with this, but listen, I would take Christian Wood over AD right now.
No way. No, you going too far now.
All right.
Too far.
Christian Wood at least will be there.
You going too far though, bro.
He'll at least be there. Hey, but moving on to another trade heating up. James Harden. When there's smoke, there's fire.
Listen, bro, James Harden ain't going nowhere.
Is this your game? Huh?
Let me tell you the reason why James Harden
going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere this year.
If you listen, okay. So this is where to me, bro. When I tell you about how lists are important to me, though, bro. I think, bro, if he does not win a ring, right? If he doesn't win a ring with and I understand that he's saying I'm here to play with Kyrie and KD. And if Kyrie isn't there, then that's fine. But even if you got just KD, we not talk about you got Seattle Supersonics KD. You still got KD, the best scorer in the league. So if it's just y'all two, I fully expect that y'all two should be able to win the championship because I think KD's that great. And here's the thing. I understand that Kyrie makes it easier, right? He is a chip that puts it over the top. But to me, I'm going to be honest with you, though, bro. I think that if James Harden left Brooklyn because he wasn't sure about what Kyrie, I don't think he'll be wrong for doing that, right? But if he goes somewhere like the 76ers, right, like they keep suggesting, do you think that the 76ers with James Harden, they're going to have to give up somebody, but I think whoever they give up isn't going to be that big of a deal.
It's all they're going to give up is Ben Simmons. That's it.
No, they're going to have to get. They've been trying to get rid of Tobias Harris too, though, man. They've been,
but even still, but again, you said, they don't. Go ahead.
But listen, if you get rid of him, so here's my thing: do you think that James Harden and Joel Embiid and whoever else they have left over, do you think that team in a 7-game series could beat the Bucks as currently constructed? And can they beat a team with Kyrie if he does play full time with KD? Regardless of if they have to get Ben Simmons, because then Kyrie could just play the shooting guard. But do you think that the 76ers can beat the Bucks and beat Brooklyn?
I think they can beat Brooklyn. I don't think they can beat the Bucks. I think the Bucks is the best in the East. I just think that talking about 7-game series, I don't think anybody's beating the Bucks in a 7-game series. But the thing is that the reason why I'm not faulting James on this one is because, like you said, I came here with the stipulation that I wanted to play with Kyrie and KD. Kyrie ain't showing up. That ain't on me. That's on him. You know what I'm saying? So if the thing is, just like we're seeing in LA, right? We haven't really seen LeBron, AD, and Russ play in a long stretch of periods because somebody's been hurt or whatever. And it's not even about, even now, right? Even if Kyrie was there, he's going to be there halftime. KD's hurt. So you're still in that same predicament. So if I'm James, I can go be with Morey again, who's going to put talent around me, who's going to let me be me. I'm not faulting him for this if he decides to leave, bro. That's because that's not what he signed up for. That's
Hey,
he
so
left.
let me tell you. Let me tell you what I really think. I think it
All right.
makes him look like a sucker, bro. It
Wow.
makes me think he's. Listen, I've already
the
went
point-
on record to say. Listen. I understand what you're saying. I understand. Listen, I've already said before. I am low key a James Harden hater, maybe high key or whatever.
Yeah. You
But to
close
me-
it's close to Tony Parker status.
Not quite Tony Parker. I'm not gonna say it's Tony Parker. He ain't that way. But listen, as I'm trying not to be as objective, but this is the way I look at it. You forced this trade to get out of Houston, and you forced this trade to Brooklyn to go try to win an easy championship. You said we got this in the bag, all three of us. Oh, this is good. And then you said, oh, you know what? It's harder. It's hard, right? I left Houston because it was hard. I can't do it with Russ. I can't do it with Dwight Howard in his prime. So I can't listen. So then you go to the Brooklyn Nets on a super team, right? And then for some reason you don't win it, whatever the case is. And you say you leaving because it wasn't easy, basically. Kyrie didn't play. That wasn't what you signed
That's
up for.
not what he said, though.
What you said, listen, you signed up for easy. You signed up for you, Kyrie, and KD. That's easy. And the minute that it's not easy, you bailing out. So to me, yes, I understand if you said, well, hey, you know what? I'm chasing this ring. It's easier if I go play with Joel Embiid. I got a better chance. Sure, if you want to say that. But to me, what makes you look like a sucker is because you went to Houston and you forced the trade. I get it. Players, I agree, players should do whatever they can. But you forced the trade to Brooklyn. And then once you get to Brooklyn, the minute that it wasn't easy, you trying to roll out. Like,
Charles,
it makes you look like a sucker to me, though,
don't
bro.
make you look like no sucker when you go there for the point of, here's the thing. You are trying to beat LeBron James. The whole point of playing basketball is to win a ring. That's what
Facts.
the point is. That is the point. So the point is if you're looking at, well, the Lakers is over there building Voltron, even though it didn't pan out the way it was supposed to, but they building Voltron over there. So of course I'm going to try to be on a super team.
Right, but
that's
this
what
is my
everybody
thing.
else is doing. Everybody's doing. Boston has did it. Miami's did it.
This is
Golden State did it. So
this is what I think. Here's the thing. This is what I think that a lot of people hate about building when the older folks say about building super teams. Because here's my thing, right? Like, I can understand if KD, like, this is my thing. Okay. Once you leave a team, right? When you like, KD was a free agent, right? He didn't force his way out, right? Not like Paul George did twice, but that's another story. And not like how James Harden did, right? So when he says, oh yeah, I've never been a free agent, no, but you forced a trade. But either way, this is my thing though, bro. When you force that, right? When you say, all right, you know what? I'm now traded. I'm going for a team to chase the ring.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you win the ring, then to me, somewhat on some level, you've been justified of what your actions were. You got this ring. But when it comes to that magnifying glass of all-time great players, and when it comes to that list, some people won't forgive you for that. And when I look at that, Ace, I'm one of those people that says, I have to look at you differently now that when you left Houston to concede from being the number one guy to go join somebody else's team to be a number two at the expense of winning a championship, and it don't work. And now you go to try to join another team to be a number two, right? And then you say, well, we didn't do it there. You in your prime. We didn't do it there. So let me go to another team.
But
now
Charles,
you a sack chaser, bro.
Let me ask you a question. You have a wonderful job. Wonderful job. And
we get money over here.
Right, getting money. But another job sees the type of money you getting, the type of stuff that you doing, and they offer you a chance to come over to there to do X, Y, and Z, and they say, hey, when you come over here, you get to do this, you get to do this, you get to do this. You move. You jump ship. You get over there, and 3 of the things that they told you was supposed to happen out of those 5 things, it's not that. So my thing is that if you're not getting assurances, if you're not getting the assurances that you were supposed to get when you left to go do what you're supposed to do, and you leave to go to another job, are you wrong for that?
First off, bro, since we talked about, I had a little extra. Had a little extra on over here. But listen, since we talking about that, I don't think that we wrong in that. That wouldn't be wrong.
Okay, so that's what James did.
No, that's not it. But if the end goal, right? If the end goal that I have is saying, all right, all of these companies are competing for me, or no, whoever my company's competitor is. If they're saying, ultimately, Charles, we want you because we think that getting you will get us to win this award, right? And I say, hey, you know what? You got a solid point. If I'm making, we get money over here, and I said I'm doing my thing, right? And then I said, well, you know what? Let me just see. If they said, well, we think that if you contribute over here, that would help us. If at the end of the day, to me, if I'm saying money, all things equal, right? If I felt like their goal of getting this award was also my common award, but I felt like maybe it was easier to get it over there, then it would depend on what's the importance of this award, right? Who's going to look at this award? Who's going to be looking at this award and says, oh, that means this. It's some sense of outlook. So I think that's a little different from
it's not
a
different
private.
You change. No, it's not, because the whole, like you said, his goal from day one is to get a ring. He went to Brooklyn with assurances of playing with these players. That is not happening. So he went there to play with them to get the ring. It's not happening. So he wants to go to another team.
That's lame to me, though, bro. That to me.
It's lame to you, but that's his goal, though. He don't care about what you think.
It would be, to me, it would be different. You know what, though? So here's the thing I think that's crazy. To me, it would even be different. I wouldn't look at it as lame if it was football, because in football, you got a shorter career, right? I think that the thing about it to me is that I guess my thing is that when you look at, to me, what makes James Harden look bad is that this was he's an all-time great player. It's not like he's PJ Tucker, right? PJ Tucker's like, he's a role player. But if you're saying that, you know what I'm saying, that you're the guy, yeah, I look at him differently, though, man. So to me, I think it makes him look like a sucker. If you said, well, dang, I left for the easy route and I couldn't even get it from the easy route, so now let me try to go and find the other easy route. That means that, to me, I got to look at you differently, because you've conceded in the all-time conversation of basketball, you've conceded for being the number one guy, and now you just want to be a role player on the championship team.
But he wouldn't be a role player behind Embiid.
Yeah, he would be. He'd be number 2. Anybody who's outside of number 2 is a role. Anybody outside of the number 1 player is a number 2, is a role player.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think he care what you think anyway. At the end of the day, if he get the ring, then it don't matter. But anyway, bro,
that's true.
What else you got?
Hold on.
We got about 3 minutes left.
Hold on then, bro, because we getting money over here, bro.
Get money. This boy right here.
We getting money over here, bro. I saw this on TikTok where this dude had some money on his hat like this, though, man. Yeah. And he was doing an interview, and somebody came on over there and snatched it.
He said,
snatched his whole head off.
That's okay. It's fake, bro.
Snatched that man's head off. Bro.
Hey, you been watching the Ozarks?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
You been watching Snowpiercer?
I told you, man. I saw the first couple of episodes, and no, I have not been watching Snowpiercer.
Hey, have you been watching Peacemaker
over here, bro? Yes, I do. I got to catch up on the latest episode of Peacemaker, though, man.
Me and Sarah was supposed to watch the latest episode, but she wanted to get on that Snowpiercer, so we'll probably catch it tonight.
I do want to watch Euphoria, though.
Oh man, we on that hard body, bro.
Yeah, I want to watch it though.
Yeah,
get money.
What you got going on this weekend?
The money team, bro. That's what I got going on this weekend. What you talking about, bro? No, this weekend. So, I think that this weekend I didn't have any plans though, bro. So I'm hoping. Let me see something because my stuff got to get into focus, man. They got to get this bread because we getting money over here, man. There you go. There you go. They getting in focus though, man. We getting money over here, bro. No, this weekend, man. I think that let me turn it to the side so they can see that thing. Is that knot, boy? That boy sitting on that knot. We is not playing, bro. No, I'm trying to record some more this weekend, man. I'm trying to capitalize on this momentum. And I will be listening to the Brittany Rowe this weekend, though, bro, on repeat. So that's what I got planned for the weekend.
Oh, speaking of the Brittany Rowe, she got a thing where she said like the first 10 people that send a video of them listening to the song gets a gift pack from her. And I just want a gift. I just want the feature. That's all. She ain't got to give me the gift. She already gave you the okay for the remix. I'm trying to get Brittany Rowe featured on mine. Yeah. I get you. But we should cheat and go ahead and send the video of us now because we got the song.
Let's hear it then. Let's play that.
No, I'll play a snippet of it. I ain't gonna play the whole thing. But I'm saying we already had a song. Everybody else gotta wait till midnight. We already got the song.
I'm gonna do something on TikTok with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? But no, man, I'm excited though, man. Because listen, I'm telling you, like the minute when I heard Brittany's song, though, bro, I said, yeah, man, the song that I have, when I start putting out all singles, it's probably gonna be one of those lead ones that I would want to have with the homegirl Brittany on there, though, man. So,
yeah, man. I just want the Louis wallet. That's all I want.
On there talking all nasty on these songs, girl.
Yeah, that's right. It is her birthday tomorrow too. I did see that pop up on Facebook. But anyway, bro, yeah.
What you got for the weekend, though, man?
Man, I ain't doing nothing but sleep. I know I'm sleeping in tomorrow, bro. That's the only day I get to sleep in is on Saturdays. And typically, I don't even get to do that because I be trying to get up with my barber. So, yeah, I didn't even hit him up. So I guess I'm gonna have to roll with this scruff all until next week for Charlie Girl's birthday.
Oh, speaking of scruff, before we get on out of here, shout out to Annette as well, though, bro. Healing Hands, soulinthesky.com. So listen, I had been trying to link up with her. Once I got low on my beard products and everything like that, I hit her on up. I said, yo, what's happening with the beard products? What's good? I said, you got some beard. I said, you got some beard butter. She said, nah, I got some better. Right. So then she goes and I said, okay, well, bet. I go on the website, soulinthesky.com, right? We go in here though, man, and I ordered the beard cream. She got it. Came through looking like look like banana pudding though, bro, right? Great smell, light. It's well enough to where it's not strong enough to where if you wear cologne or something else that it doesn't overpower your smell and everything, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, cool. She hits the boy up with the Slash Brothers bonus on here, so I get the beard washed. I go ahead and trim a beard down, right? To say I'm gonna try this all the way from beard growing from scratch, right? So I get the beard washed a little bit. I'm talking about just a dab of the wash, cleans the whole beard. I'm talking about goes a long way, right? So then she puts me on with the cream and then sends me the oil as well, though, man. So I'm all the way in the game. So shout out to Annette Johnson and the good folks over at Healing Hands. Soulinthesky.com. That's SOLE in the sky.com. And listen, I can tell you, and mind you, she's a friend of the show, but I will tell you that I absolutely am loving her beard products. If you're a guy like me who you have a very coarse beard, softens you on up, you don't got to worry about the breakage. She put you on though, man. So I was excited. I forgot to tell you about that.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, let's get on out of here, man.
Let's do it.
Audio Genius. Give it all up to me, give it all up. Audio Genius Productions. I want you to give it all up to me, give it all up. You're looking fine. I want you to be mine. I want you to be mine. I heard what you do. I need you to come through. You got a lot to prove. I want my legs spread all over the bed. I wanna make sweet love to you. Oh, baby, I'm not trying to hold you back. I want you to blow my back, just like that. Just like that. Give it all up to me, give it all up. I want you to give it all up to me, give it all up. And I want you to go down. I'm telling you right now.